Hey guys, what is going on? Man, I have missed you all. It has been a crazy week and crazy weekend. Over here at my business at OC3, we run a pretty big CrossFit competition each and every year, and it happened to be last weekend. This is now Monday. I'm shooting this video, and it is from about 4 a.m. till about 8 or 9 p.m. every single day, and you have no time to shoot videos or do anything like that in between. The comp went great. It was awesome. It was exhausting. I'm glad it's over. Excited for next year. Going to do some changes, but that's where Joe and I have been. That's why I've been a little bit late to getting out all of our videos and all of our normal kind of information out. However, we're getting it started this week bright and early, so we will get it off now. And I really want to start it with some Voyager news, some Voyager things that I saw over the weekend that I was kind of reading as I was going to bed at night. And it was a Yahoo Finance article, and obviously their CFO leaving that you've probably already seen from the thumbnail and the description that I think it's worth discussing. Now, is there any breakthrough news that you already know? That you don't already know? Not really. Okay, so if you're just like, I don't need to discuss it, or I don't want to discuss it, that's fine. But it's your money, it's your crypto, it's very important to a lot of people, so that's why I think it's important to go through this Yahoo Finance article, especially when you see the comments and some other things involved. But really, it reaffirms what Chase has already told us and what could potentially happen by Yahoo reaching out to their experts and saying what basically already Chase has said. However, it is worth kind of looking at it in just a different perspective from some other people that are very involved into this space and really into the bankruptcy process as a whole. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get into the video. If you're getting something from this video, like the video, subscribe to the channel. The Crypto Boys are killing it every single day to help you guys out. We go live every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So if you like that kind of things, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Let's get into it. All right, y'all. So here is the Yahoo Finance article. It is absolutely worth the read. I totally understand if you're over it, if you're like, I just want to know if I'm getting my crypto back or how much I'm getting back, but it doesn't happen. As you've known from this process, and as you've known since we've been bringing Chase on, that's not how bankruptcy works. So we're going to talk and chat a little bit about it. I think it's worth it. Okay, so and here is kind of what we're going to go over for the most part of it is this bottom of the totem pole comment or quotation mark here in the beginning. Okay, that's what I think is most important for us to get. I'm going to read some of it. I'm going to go through some of it, give you my opinion on it, and I want to hear your opinion down in the comments below, so let me know what you guys think as well. So for the first time in a short life of cryptocurrency, let's blow this up just a little bit more here. Here we go. So for the first time in the short life of cryptocurrency, major crypto platforms have turned to U.S. bankruptcy to law to salvage their insolvent businesses. Obviously, we know what's happening there, but here's the big thing that we've been saying before. This will be precedent. Nothing has ever been set before. So when these things start getting ruled, what starts happening with creditors, unsecured creditors, different accounts, are they common law accounts? Are they not? Things like that is going to change things up a little bit. Obviously, the Celsius and Voyager issues going on with bankruptcy seeing it. All three platforms have filed under Chapter 11. Okay, so basically what that means is that a lot of you already know is that they're going to essentially try to get rid of financial obligations to, again, reshuffle business operations and emerge as a stable business. They're not just 100% going to sell right away. That a lot of Chapter 11 is trying to figure out how to make a new business out of the one that failed. Now, that doesn't always happen, but in some rare cases it will, and there's been several companies that have done. We've done that on several lives. I'm not going to go into that. I don't want to waste your guys' time. All right, so here we go. If we go down to this, where I wanted to read is this Thad part. Thad Wilson, a partner in King & Spalding, explains that crypto holders designated as unsecured creditors, unfortunately, you and I and the Crypto Boys and everybody else on there, never recoup their crypto. You're at the bottom. Yes, the bottom of the totem pole, he said, of unsecured creditors. We're going to go over who's at the top at the end of this, but just know, as an unsecured creditor, as Chase has said, as he has said several times to us, as he has let us know and come in and given us his expertise, he has told you, we're going to be the last ones to get paid back. Unsecured basically means you're giving it unsecured loan or unsecured crypto, letting them, do what they will with it, and you're not being secured means you're going to be the last one to get paid back. They've got to pay back, their lawyers and all these other people first, which we'll go over later. Okay. So moving on, uncharted waters. Here's the big thing that I think we've overlooked, but that's going to be overlooked, that we don't understand what it's truly doing for the crypto space, is that this has never happened before. Is that currently there's no precedent, which you've said a million times, categorizing crypto assets in a bankruptcy. A corporate restructuring attorney told Yahoo Finance judges presiding over this case will be the first one to ever see it and be the first one to ever make the statement of, basically, does it belong to the bankruptcy of the estate, or the judge will say, is there a different hierarchy in the creditors? Now, here's the big thing, and here's what's important, is that different crypto customers may have different rights to different crypto. It is not necessarily going to be the same answer for all entities in the bankruptcy. So what that means is, we've already understood some of that, is the USD versus the USDC thing. A lot of people thought they were FDIC insured if they had USDC, but that's just considered a crypto. No, you are not. Now, I understand. That's what makes me the most mad, because I totally understand that they got kind of ripped off. They kind of got led down this sketchy little path, and it really wasn't 100% out there. And what was in the bylaws, what wasn't, what were you really signing, and versus the USD that was held in a completely separate account, which means a custodial account, which means you're probably going to get your money back. So when you see that, that's a completely different account. That's the platform saying, this is not our money, this is their money. And that's why if you had it in just US dollars on the platform, not making interest on it, then you were going to get that back, which most of us didn't. Most of us were in the USDC getting a little bit of interest from that. So that was really a big thing going forward, and we all pretty much know that. However, since we're all basically pooled in the same account, or these quote unquote common accounts, then that is where this bankruptcy issue comes into play, is that we're in basically a common account, which basically means, and you can see it right here on your screen, which basically means they put all of it into one, which they're saying is that is Voyager's account, and we gave it to them to lend out and do what they want with it, to make extra money on it, or however that may be, to invest, which it basically was just trying to make them more money, and that is not exactly the correct way to do things. And it's pretty sad that they were willing to give out such an unbelievable unsecured loan, uncollateralized loan of the tune of $650 million to eventually then put them insolvent and into bankruptcy, clearly. So a couple things that I do want to just address that I think is important, and we're just going to kind of skip down to the bottom here, and you guys can go ahead and through and read this. I don't want to read you guys the whole thing. I don't want to waste any of your time at all, but the second to last paragraph here is what I've got highlighted. This one here is the one that I wanted to really make this video about, was basically, however, for cryptocurrency holders designated as unsecured creditors, again, you and I, are not guaranteed any sort of payout. They'll stand in line for what, if anything, is left in the bankruptcy estate. So again, here's what they've got to pay out before we get anything. Behind post-bankruptcy vendors, administrative expenses, yes, employees, bankruptcy lawyers, bankers, other advisors, secured creditors, so people they owe that have secured credit against them, and that hold collateral against the company's assets. All of those people are going to get paid back before we get anything. Now listen, we understand that FTX and Binance, in the tune of around $50 million, are looking to buy some of the assets of Voyager, maybe all of the assets of Voyager. We don't exactly know. We're not 100% sure, so I'm not going to be the one to speculate on there. I don't even want to start some rumor that I don't know anything about. But if you do know that, and you know how far Voyager's in the hole and how much they still have to pay and how many people they've got to pay back before they even get to us, you better realize that there's not going to be much left in that pot. Now, when Chase said before, he said, if you guys get back 20%, I would be surprised. Maybe he wasn't wrong, and maybe he is wrong. Maybe that we're going to get more back. Maybe Binance or FTX will cut a deal with us to make it work, because the way I think about it is, my thought process is, why would they not want to give us as much money as possible, knowing they're going to make possibly millions of people very, very, very happy coming onto their platform and utilizing their platform, versus if they offer some lowball offer, well, then everybody's just going to take it off and go to a different platform and use something else, because they're going to be like, well, yeah, you bought it and you did whatever, but you knew you were just getting pennies on the dollar. So that's the only reason why you threw 50 million at us and we're all getting 5% of what we had on the platform. Now, I don't know that, and I'm not saying that. I don't even know what's going to happen with the VGX token if you've got some of those. We have no idea, because some are saying that FTX doesn't even want it if they were to buy it. And it's going to go down a rabbit hole that, again, we don't know exactly what's going to happen. But when you see Yahoo Finance starting to write articles on it, things are getting serious. And the one thing I did want to show you guys is the comments. You see all of the crypto hate, because you're going to see Ponzi scheme after Ponzi scheme, wasn't insured because it's fake, all this stuff. So if you guys, if you see these comments, they're pretty crazy, with really how far people are still not on board with crypto and how much they don't care because they think you're investing into nothing. You've still got to realize what you're investing into. You've still got to realize how early we are to the space. And that's why the Crypto Boys come on here every day. And that's why we believe in the crypto space. We knew it wasn't going to be some linear path to just getting rich. And here you are. You're going to have to take some bumps. You're going to have to take some bruises. You're going to have to get punched in the face, and you're going to have to figure out what to do and get back up off the canvas. And that's something that we're doing well. I think we're trying to stay as positive as possible, even though we obviously want all of our crypto back, and we want you guys to get all your crypto back, or at least as much of it as possible. But for right now, we just don't know. Now, the next thing I do want to go over just really quick is that obviously the CFO has resigned. Now, I don't really know if this is such a big deal. I talked with Chase about this earlier. He said in insolvent companies, when you see that happen, this is pretty typical. These type of things happen all the time. He said in our first live, he's like, I wouldn't be surprised if half of the team gets fired or half of the team leaves, trying to look for something different, knowing that probably not much is going to be on the other side of the road for them once this insolvent company ends up dissolving or getting bought out by someone else, because no one wants a bunch of insolvent ex-CEOs and things like that and executives coming into their company when they couldn't see the writing on the wall on their own. So I don't know, and no one's going to trust them if they did. So that's something to at least put in your mind of what happened. All right, guys. So what do you guys think of the article? Was it a big deal? Was it basically a nothing burger? I thought it has some substantial really help for all of us. It made me think, this is getting bigger than we thought. This is getting covered by big time news now of what's happening with Voyager and in the crypto space. I understand that a lot of people are going to view it as a negative light because that's kind of how it was written. However, we know the true story behind crypto. We know exactly where it's going to go. And if you're willing to stay in just long enough, you're going to make back all of your money and all of your crypto. It's just unfortunate that we're all going through this at the same time. All right, guys, let me know what you guys thought about the video. Let me know down below of what you guys think of Voyager. Well, how much do you think we're actually going to get back? I have no idea. Chase doesn't know. We just threw out, he threw out the number that he typically sees through his line of work and all that good stuff. All right, guys, we do appreciate you guys being here and rocking with the fittest crypto channel on YouTube. And I'm out.